Let's welcome in NASCAR President Steve Phelps on the phone. Steve, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. How you guys doing today?
Man, we are having a great day. And Steve, my first question is about this big event on Thursday, the final race for the E-Series and the iRacing. I want to ask your opinion as the president of NASCAR. Where is your opinion on eNASCAR, this new kind of esports phenomenon? We're seeing it gain popularity. This is going to be the first live event. Where does NASCAR stand on it? And you personally, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. So we actually have 3 different eNASCAR race series out there. So I'll get to the eNASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing series in a second, but we have 2 others. We've got our eNASCAR Heat Pro League series, which is a console game-based program racing series. Really exciting on the NASCAR Heat game itself, which is phenomenal. The Heat 4 game, really strong upgrades that the folks at 704 Games have made. So they have their own championship race on October 23rd on the virtual Martinsville Speedway, so that should be really cool. The second series we have is part of the iRacing platform, which is the Ignite series, which is for kids 13 to 16-year-olds that have an opportunity to then go up to our eNASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing series, which is what is going to be televised live on Thursday, and we are very excited about it. Any opportunity for us to create new ways to engage with fans, which is exactly what this does. You know, the console game is obviously a different game than the sim game, which is what the iRacing games are. So I'm really excited about what esports and eNASCAR is doing for our sport overall.
Yeah, a lot of excitement there, Steve, about the virtual racetrack on Thursday. But the next 2 days, real-world testing with the next-gen car at Richmond. We got news today that Austin Dillon is going to be testing the new next-gen car at Richmond Raceway Tuesday and Wednesday. This is the car that NASCAR hopes to unveil, I believe, Steve, in the 2021 season. What will this test mean in terms of where you guys are in that process? And do you feel like you're still in that time frame of being able to roll this new next-generation car out in 2021?
Yeah, we are very excited about where things are with this next-gen car. Nate, we are on time for a 2021 rollout. I think it's going to be exciting to get it on track. We were in the wind tunnel last week, and so having a test at Richmond tomorrow and Wednesday, kind of the culmination of a lot of work that's been done by the race teams, by our OEM partners, by the folks at NASCAR to put this on the racetrack. This particular car was built by Richard Childress and his folks, and it won't have the design of the Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, but it'll be kind of an opportunity for us to shake down the car, and we're really excited to get it on the racetrack.
Steve, I know that's that everybody's looking forward to that, but let's talk about the changes that were made for this year to the cars, the new package that we have. A lot of great racing throughout the year, but as it will be, people will kind of dwell on races that maybe aren't the most compelling, and yesterday's maybe not that as high of entertaining race as what we've seen, especially as our part with NBC, but so many great races. Did you see something, or is there something that you look at a place like Dover that created the drivers complaining about having to, that traffic was really a big problem, and that kind of created some issues for them throughout the race?
Yeah, I think, the difficult thing for us, DJ, is, as we've talked about many times, is we have, kind of the one cup race a weekend. And unlike the NBA or, football, yesterday they had 14 games, 13 games. It's just a different opportunity. So if they have a game that isn't as compelling as another game, they've got, 3 or 4 that really were. We don't have that. And so what was it about yesterday's race that some people were complaining about? I think not as many cautions might have had something to do that, because we only had the 3 cautions and 2 were for stages. With that said, I think that the opportunity for, and some great storylines coming out of there, the opportunity for Kyle Larson to get a win after 75 opportunities for him not to get a win or not getting a win, I think is, that part was really compelling. And I think as we head to Talladega, which is a place where storylines are, we're rich in storylines, seeing those folks, those 4 drivers who are below the cut line and the 8 that are above the cut line, and it moves so quickly. I think that, again, overall, if you look at our racing for the year, I think that, the number of green flag passes, the number of passes for the leads are all up, and they're up, double digits across the board. So I would say, the average fan that we talk to would say that the racing this year is better than the racing was last year. So, and again, we have 6 races to go to crown a champion, and we're really excited about what the opportunity, what it looks like from storyline.
Yeah, Steve, my metric is really simple. It's the eye test, and it has passed with flying colors. Out the window of the booth has been crazy. I want to talk about the playoffs and the format now in its 6th year. Could NASCAR have ever dreamt when they shook their crystal ball and came up with this format, have these marquee events, the Roval in round 1, Talladega in round 2, Martinsville in round 3, the moments that they have created, the pressure they have created, and perhaps the response to the pressure from the drivers? It seems like this playoff format continues to somehow improve every year when I don't think it can get any better.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I think if we look in the crystal ball, it's certainly what we had hoped for. I don't think we had, frankly, any idea that some of the storylines that have come out from this format have just been incredible. And there are opportunities for water cooler talk, not just on Monday mornings, but I mean, we're thinking back, to last year and the year before, and these special moments that are created as part of this playoff system. So we're thrilled with it. If you look at our research, the fans continue to, in terms of their interest in it and whether they like it or not, that number continues to climb. And a lot of it just has to do with these phenomenal storylines that are being written by the drivers and the pressure that they put on themselves. And I mean, they feel it and you can see it. And it's really a treat just to be able to watch it.
Well, Steve, we want to thank you for coming on. I'm going to be the first one to say I'm never shy of giving criticism, but I'm also going to get praise. And I'm up there in the booth week in and week out, and week in and week out, I see you at the racetrack interacting with the fans, boots on the ground, I think is what helps every sport. Yeah. It's great to see the president of NASCAR at the races, and it's great to have you on our program. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.